Hello, how you guys doing? Blessed and wonderful prosperity to everyone out there in Facebook land. Coming at you from my home office, about to head out. But I try to make a video every day to empower people, inspire change, and my goal in this is to try to expose people to information that they may not be familiar with. Because in the 21st century, information is power, and your ability to use that information to your personal benefit is what becomes the key that unlocks your future success. Okay, so we all have to study to show ourselves approved, and believe it or not, unity is the method of superior gain when you lock arms with the right people. Your circle of influence and your ability to network extends your personal power. Okay, so that's what this is about. I think a lot of networkers are in it for the wrong reasons. They're not trying to help people, they're not trying to empower people, they're just chasing money. And that's never a long term success strategy. If you passionately do what you love, then it's a principle in nature where you put out positive energy, you give freely and openly to those in your circle of influence, and then karma through nature gives back to you a hundredfold. So that's what this is about, people. This is about empowerment. This is about just exposing you to leverage-based payment systems that allow your money to get a job, work in the trenches, work smart for you, transition into income strategies of the super rich, and begin to leverage your salary so that you can make money in your sleep. The transition of success is when your residual income outweighs your linear income. As soon as you advance to that point where your part-time job pays more than your full-time job, okay, that's when you've made it. All right. And that's the goal. That's the transition process. All right. So understand the concepts, understand where I'm coming from, realize my intent. Don't get it twisted, because I'm a 100% real person. I don't come with the bullshit. I don't come with the hype and the lies. I'm not selling you a box of shit in a gold package box. And that's why a lot of marketers come at you and you say, wow, look at the pretty gold box. Never opening it, never smelling the stench that's coming from the literal carcass inside the box. So vibrate higher, elevate your mentality, elevate your mindset. I try to challenge people's poverty mindset. That's the purpose in my strong presentation. My strong presentation is to attack poverty and change your low self-esteem, negative conditioned mindset. The rich don't do what we do, they don't think the way we think, and they don't use the strategies that we use. So if you implement the strategies of the super rich, you can start to get some of the results that the super rich has. All right. Now that's my monologue. Everybody says rant. That's the new catchphrase. If you eloquently convey a concept, I don't consider it a rant. I consider it a conversation about something meaningful, of value, that hopefully, excuse me, can be a seed that grows on fertile ground. So I'm a realist, and I try pretty much to walk in confidence and walk in faith, but I get distracted sometimes by the tangible. When you can see what you want in your creative imagination or creative visualization, sometimes you get distracted by the physical. you know, because your creative imagination, remember when you were a child, takes you to a different place. And that place is just as real as the electrical impulses that your brain translates into what you experience right now. What's the difference to your brain? Your brain is the supercomputer, the microprocessor behind your body. And your brain is basically takes stimuli in the form of electrical energy and translates it to actual functions that you can then experience. So, to your brain, what's the difference between creative visualization and physical stimulation? Think about that. So, the point is, as you see it, it becomes. Now, I'm giving you some keys here because, from an electrical input or impulse standpoint, there's no difference to your brain. Think about a vivid dream and think about physical reality. They both seem to be in line with each other. So, to your brain, they're the same, which means you have the power within you to stimulate and create what you want. So that's the key here. The key here is to unlock your future and do it effectively through your personal belief, your personal actions, and your personal decisions. So in my own path, to get back on track, I use leverage. And I try to talk to you guys about leverage all the time. So the leverage system that I participate in, because I know rich people use systems. And I learned that in my experience in life, that the people who have accomplished use systems. So in the system that I've plugged into, using decentralized currency as my platform, my vehicle for transportation is decentralized currency as an asset. So when I plug that asset into a system, the system has multiplied now to the point where it's teeter-tottering on $20,000 in gain. Now, when I put the currency into that system, it was 7,000 in fiat. So the 7,000 in fiat is now teeter-tottering on 20,000 in decentralized assets. And the issue is to be able to leverage that into a faucet and then take the faucet and then, of course, leverage it again into other businesses. Because that's the way my mind thinks. I realize that you can't take this money with you. And I understand that super rich don't work for money. They make money work for them. So what I do is find ways to be disciplined in leverage and strategically position myself in systems that allow multiplication of the assets that I allocate. Okay, so you want to get in some sort of system that creates assets, and then you want to be disciplined enough to leverage those assets into more systems. Because the multiplication acts as a amplifier. And then that amplification gives you the ability to do whatever you want. And that's the goal. The goal is to create time freedom and to unlock the poverty chains that currently exist around your mind. So I'm extending blessings to Facebook world. I know this is a general audience in which not everyone will receive this message with open mindedness. But I do extend the blessings that some of these seeds don't fall on concrete. And I hope that the concept of asset acquisition and asset management begins to at least something that you put in your back pocket and one day begin to research and utilize to your financial benefit.